Ladies and gentlemen of the SRG universe, the following program is scheduled for one fall. This is Talk of the Universe. Ladies and gentlemen of the SRG universe, the following...
And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talking Universe, post Origins and Southern Fried Game. I am your host, filling in for Chibi, the consigliere to the SRG DLWS, Mr. 100, Mr. Brian Wade Forchman, and joining me, as always, is the year 2024 Player of the Year, your two-time Underworld champion, one-third of the Brain Trust, ACCW General Manager. There's so many things I could list right now that puts you over the moon. It's Jeremy Steigerwald. Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
Talking about the moon again. Oh
yeah. Oh, hello to
I'm also a software tester.
Oh,
okay, testing the software. It's broken.
Did you tell the moon that?
Nah, well, I tried to throw stuff at you. And
yeah, we're not doing that tonight.
Well, it's terrible. Everything doesn't work. We're gonna have to cancel the show.
Oh, okay. I guess we're canceling the show. Sorry, guys.
Awesome.
Bye,
yes,
man.
I got the night off.
Bye, man. No, we're not doing that.
Bye, man. You don't have to.
Man.
You don't have to take those shots at me for the Underworld title.
I wasn't gonna take shots at you. Why would I take shots at you for the Underworld title?
You mentioned it again.
What, the Underworld title?
You know what? Stop that. 3 Ps.
Okay.
And
let's really talk.
We can even have a seat this week.
All right. Well, tonight we're gonna have a couple of people on. We're gonna have Pickle on for his deck of the week. His CAC winning Giandre from the old school packs. We're gonna have the TVA commissioner back to recap through most of Southern Fried Gaming. Boss will be here in a little bit. He's gonna recap Origins as much as he can. But that's why you're not here. You're here for the 3 Ps and the C. Oh, you about to raid? Oh no, they're gonna raid. All right, did you raid?
All right, well, 3 Ps in the sea. They can come in and we'll have action going on as they arrive.
Action going on. Speaking of which, let's do the photo of the week. Speaking of TVA Commissioner, photo of the week coming from Southern Fried Gaming from Friday night's Masquerade Ball. And that is Drew Matson and everyone's enemy cosplaying as Emo Ma'am and Candy Ma'am. Look at that.
I looked at it
Yeah.
live.
Yeah. What other costumes did they have there at
Well,
Southern
nothing
Fried?
compared to that, I can assure you.
Fair
That
enough.
was it. That was the winner.
Did they win?
They did not win the event, but if there was best costume, they definitely should have won that. And there were a lot of awards. I was in the middle of matches, so I
Yeah.
was not able to follow what the awards were.
Yeah. Hey,
But I can tell you this: everybody had a ton of fun that night.
good. That's the whole point. You just have some fun there.
There were several people in costumes. I know Adrian English did. Joe Hendry.
Oh, did he?
I'm trying to remember.
And no one
There
got
were
a
others,
picture of
just-
it? Wow. That makes me sad. All right.
Took pictures apparently.
All right. Well, we're going to head with your promo of the week coming from Origins.
Mr. GM, did you get my package that I gave left for you?
What sort of package was it? Jelly fill?
It was a jelly-filled package of extreme importance and influence. Did you get it?
Oh, don't worry about it. I got it.
Good. I'm glad. Is my competitor set for his championship match here at Origins?
Well, as the Origins official general manager this weekend, I think it's good to go.
Good. Anything helps. You have a great weekend. Very influential.
Bot. Wow. Big Picture Premier, thank you much with the raid. Titan. I can't find that the proposal at all on the discussion group. If you want to send it to me now, I will gladly put it up because at Southern Fried Gaming Friday night, Titan took the plunge with his lady friend. Congratulations, my friend. I know it didn't rate. I see it. I'm still trying to fix a couple of things with the alerts and stuff. Upgrades, folks. Upgrades coming. Yeah, Titan, DM me the video and I will. Because I can't find it. I spent about 30 minutes trying to find that on Facebook, and I could not find it. And I do apologize because that's what I wanted as promo of the week. Because anything like that should be celebrated live here on Twitch. Don't worry about it, Rambo. It's all right.
But I believe we also have other
Thank you.
things to check while you're looking at that.
Yes. Let's go ahead and show my mic is really low because I have a booming voice there, Temple. Thank you. Let's go ahead with let's do the post and then I'll get I'll check my DM real quick. So here's the post of the week coming from Dizzy Derail. Picture fun. Below in the comments, share your favorite 1 through 27 art. Curious to see who loves what and what artist pops up. Look at this. Dizzy's got a little low blow. Yaz has the Chugga Chugga with Runtime Tarot. That I believe that was Val, I think. That's just, I love that. I'm sorry. I came in like a wrecking ball. That is probably one of my favorite cards, hands down, in Super Lucha. Sam Torres, Press Slam. Jeff McPeak loves the Tornado title with.
That's not a 1 through 27 though. See, if I'd have known that, I would have had art to put there.
Yeah. Dabner put your LFF World Heavyweight Champion put that skill battle on which went on sale on Dojo. Wrong. Listen, Ron. No disrespect. Drinkster Forever. 23 months. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Welcome back. Hollywood Booty Drop Chop. All right, that's kind of funny. I like that. I don't like. I think mine's better, but bias.
Well, the real version of it never got printed.
With all your ghost kids.
Hey, that's not ghosts. Oh my God, the ghost of the Southern Fried Gaming is here. Jeez. Where's that Christmas future? Gathering the drumsticks for Pete. Greg Shockley, Cheap Shooter.
It's also not a 1 through 27. It's a 30.
That's a 30. That That is correct.
Read the instructions.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's a skill card.
I.
I
But
know.
it's a-
I just
but
wanted
it's a
somebody
30.
to yell at.
Dave, you
I-
haven't missed
I-
anything yet, so I'm still trying to get that video up right now of the proposal. Folks, I do apologize. The proposal was supposed to be promo of the week, but Facebook is deciding to be a little
I didn't see it as a separate video on the group. Actually,
was it a live?
He did record it. No, he did record it and put it, I think, on maybe the Super Show group,
All right, let me see if I
or the Southern Fried Super Show group. Let me see if I can
Southern
find it.
Fried Super Show group.
No,
Okay.
it's my Facebook chat's being very
I know that
Yeah,
you get
during
one.
the Underworld title match, the cameraman turned and watched that because that was definitely way more important and
Yes,
correct.
hands down, much more important. It was only this. Oh, okay. So that's why I didn't see it. That's why I couldn't find it in the Facebook group. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Whoops. Restore chat history. Okay. So,
You know what? You can look for that one while we're playing one of the other videos, and
Okay.
then we can move on for now and then show it by itself in its own segment
there you go.
because it deserves its own segment.
Well, I'm going to show comment of the week real quick. Let's get my comment up, and I think it's a really good comment of the week. I actually picked this one. I liked it a lot. And it comes from the collector Sean Loeb. Quickest 2020 ever. That is in relation to standing for my national anthem, getting 2020'd this weekend at Origins. Again, the proper copy.
I got to go to the family house for a week, and I'm going to hear every day of the week from John Constance because he's mad.
Oh, I do
But
apologize.
he's going to have to get mad because he don't know.
All right. Okay, so I have the video. So let's give a special segment for this. What's up? Hold on.
I'm gonna say original stand for my national anthem is legal in John Constance's house at all.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
He's not gonna ruin it like I and other people did.
No.
No.
But then he'll not use it and then get mad at me for playing a spectacle. He could have shut it off, but no. Nope. He'll only ever run director of operations.
All right. Let's show this video real quick. Here we go.
Do it.
Do it.
Is going to be one half of the Protectors, Dustin and Amanda.
The thing about tag teams is a true tag team is a tag team for life. So right now, Amanda, will you please be my tag team partner for life?
Beautiful.
Magic happens in Southern Fried, man.
I guess so. Griff was crying tears of joy. This was simply amazing, says the group. Folks, this is just a phenomenal experience that can happen at anything. But it happened with a Super Show group, and we appreciate that. We're family here, folks. We are family.
Yeah, they're a great couple. I enjoyed hanging out with them at lunch at the table of 14 for Steve Resk at lunch.
How was your lunch, by the way? Well, we'll get to that in the Southern Fried recap.
Where's my invitation, by the way?
No, ask the mops.
All right. Let's go into week in review. We're going to do this real quick. There was no Thursday night event. We did have a pop-up this past Sunday. Tag team ran by the Cheetah. Cheetah had 4 tag teams in a pop-up. It was random tag teams. And your winners was Sam Torres and Candyman Dan.
Hey,
congratulations. Monday Night Fights was swelteringly hot because it was a 100+ degrees here in New York. And we go with a Ring of Fire finals. Your top three as follows: Titan as Punk Homelander. Second place. I don't remember. Oh, we could ask Drew. Hey, Drew, who was second place?
It was me as the Defector.
Yeah, the Defector. And in first place with the Duke, saying that rewording Stand for a National Anthem doesn't work. Ronnie Roms playing as New Duke.
Yeah, it was very funny pointing out to Ronnie because he wanted to just concede the finals when he drew his last card. I was like, Ronnie, I'm going to do you a solid. You literally cannot lose in Ring of Fire as the Duke.
Yeah,
because you just always end up with one extra card because you shuffle two and flip one.
Yeah,
unless you ended the turn with no cards in deck, then you don't have time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he can shuffle two in every time.
And I rounded out the top four.
Yeah, but it was fun. I played I knew the step going into it, and I played a very fast deck that didn't care about Ring of Fire, and in fact, that I had put some respect on it to blank rejected just in case.
Yeah,
and it's like, listen, I'm gonna burn, or somebody else is gonna burn. It's gonna happen.
All right,
but Defector's fun.
It seems very fun, and he's, I believe, in Grand Packs, but we'll talk to Boss about that when he gets in here. Folks.
Yes, that is
Dojo last night. I took on all comers last night.
No, you
didn't. Yeah,
not really.
You didn't take me on. I came in, and you're like, "Oh, show's over. Jeremy's here. Tell us what's on sale."
What's on sale is as follows: Mr. Hyde, the Fey Dragon, number 24 from the Grand Pack, Destiny's Call, and literally the graphics should be up on Super Show the Game on the discussion group. And Bow to None Power Skill is on sale right now on supershowthegame.com. Destiny's Call from the Grand Pack, $10. Not that bad. Really good deal.
Yeah, I could tell you several people, including me, were very thrilled that we told new players to go into the dojo so we could try and maybe send them cards, and then you had a membership ring on.
I got yelled at, don't worry. Anyway.
You should. That's not what dojo's about.
I know. All right. Locals.
Run it.
There we go.
LFF Universe, this is Practice Site Jeremy Steigerwald with your locals report for the week of June the 25th, 2025. And we had two conventions this weekend, so there really wasn't that many locals. I've got one report from Tuesday night, Titan Legacy Wrestling, Atomic Gaming in Stockbridge, Georgia. 8 players came in and mostly deck testing. Big tornado tournament at ACCW locals this weekend, so a lot of tornado deck testing. Other people testing singles decks, but there was one championship match as Nick Ross as Nick Nemesis defending the Titan Legacy Championship against me using Ken Broadway. And despite my aggressive burying of my own hand repeatedly, Nick Nemesis retaining the Titan Legacy Championship against me. So congratulations to Nick. We had a lot of fun on that night, but let's talk about locals title defenses on the weekend. Southern Fried Gaming Expo hosted quite a few ACCW championship matches, which took place, championship matches for this month. Many of them took place there instead of at locals, which is next week. So let's go run down the list. The main event, Chris Breimer using Jordan Oliver version 2. He was going for the record for the modern era for the most defenses, but he had to defend against his own tag team partner, Dustin Smith, using Aaron Dallas. What monster would make somebody do that? Well, Chris Breimer took over my record of most defenses for the ACCW Championship by defeating Dustin Smith in the match. So congratulations to Chris. Dustin won on the weekend anyway, and if you were there, you know. But all anger about my streak gone aside, congratulations to Chris. Considering he stepped up in a big way at Southern Fried, helping run everything, he really did earn it. The Llama Legacy Championship was the subject of a lot of attention as the nefarious Possum King came to town looking to take the title from the Kingpin, David Shrewsbury. As we all know, Poss hates llamas, and he wanted to destroy that title belt. And he defeated the Kingpin to become the new Llama Legacy champion. But since he out there threatening to destroy ACCW property, the general manager decided that any time in the resulting CAC that he would face an ACCW player, the title would be on the line. He doesn't get the title belt. He doesn't get to change his competitor from what he's running in the CAC. Just if he loses the title. As far as I know, he only faced one ACCW player, that would be Jonathan Thu, and he won. So he got through that night, but during his match with the Kingpin, I noticed that he had an advisor in his ear. One of the Kingpin's own scouts, Rocco Valentine, was over on that side talking to him, and I think Rocco might have been setting him up a little bit. So the next day, Rocco actually had the match, taking the shot at the Llama Legacy Championship as a last-ditch effort to get it from the Possum King, and Rocco Valentine won. He is the new ACCW Llama Legacy Championship, saving the title belt and keeping it in Atlanta. So congratulations to Rocco. Great win for him. And everybody had a lot of fun with that whole sequence of events. We had a hardcore gauntlet match. Jonathan Thu has had the ACW Hardcore Championship through 5 defenses. He made Paul Morrell go through this same exact match type during Paul's epic run of 9. So to get there, he was going to have to defend against Joel Williams as everyone's enemy, Trey Cantrell as Nyrab, the Risen Dragon version 2, and Piglet as the Underhoss. Well, Piglet had a great weekend, and that included taking the ACW Hardcore Championship. He is the new Hardcore Champion, so congratulations to Piglet. Finally, the ACW Tornado Championship. Paul Morrell as Sweet Innuendos, looking to try to get his second defense, taking on Slade Holiday as the Treaty of Friendship, and he got it done. The chiropractor brought that championship back home with him, so congratulations to Paul. So those were the local matches that I know of, and if I get any more reports before Talking to Universe tomorrow, I'll append them here. Okay, we have an addendum. Also at Southern Fried Gaming Expo, the TBA Heavyweight Championship was defended. Matthew Gordon, the Possum King, using True American Guy, took on Simple Chuck Dwayne Rainey using Night Terror. And it was a random Grand Pack challenge. So, defend your championship in a random Grand Pack match. That sounds like a lot of fun. And in the end, it was Simple Chuck taking it, giving him 4 at the time championships. So as you can see in the picture right there, I mean, it's 4 belts, Chuck. Just, look at all 4 of the head. 4 of them belts. Very good. As he still has 3 of them. Very impressive. Congratulations to Dwayne Rainey, the TBA Heavyweight Champion. Let's go back to addendum over. Let's go back then here. And if not, we're going back to Talk of the Universe.
Live. Hello. Thank you. Jeremy, that was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, I am.
You do have an addendum, correct?
I put in the. Oh, yes.
Yeah, yes.
So Rip and Ship Arena, Long Island, New York. Big Swiss tournament. Jason Fasson, undefeated, defeated everybody on the night. Didn't even have to pull out cards and dice. That's how good it was. Phenomenal victory by Jason Fasson. Everybody stand. Standing ovation. Yell. Top of your lungs. Rah! Jason, great job.
Phenom to Worlds.
Phenom the Worlds confirmed. All right. That was your locals report. Thank you, Jeremy, once again. If you have your locals that you want to share with us, please message myself or Jeremy Steigerwald to talk about it. Stream died for me. Stream is fine. That's probably on you, Harry.
I had to refresh once.
I would refresh a couple of times. But we're not here to talk about my long weekend. We're here to talk about your long weekend live here on Twitch with Southern Fried Gaming and Origins. But let's start off a little tri-state bias here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you your player of the era, your tribal chief of the tri-state. Turning on his camera now, Mr. Press 1P, your general manager of Origins. Hello, my friend. How are you? And how are the donuts?
How were the donuts? The donuts was very good. Very, very good. I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly donut before, so
Ooh, that
Sounds
delicious.
good.
Sounds delicious. All right.
what is going on, party people?
Oh, we're good. We're good. Tell us, GM of Origins, how was the event?
Wolverine show. Say it right.
Yes, okay. We'll go with the Pulverine show. How about that?
Wolverine show
Well,
to talk
folks-
about Borigins.
Borigins. That's
No.
that's hilarious.
I don't. Listen, as much as I'm going to promote the show I was at, I'm also not going to diss Origins except for their event.
No,
revenue.
it's just because of John.
You have to worry about that.
Well, at least for my part, it was pretty darn fun and
It
well
was.
organized. I can't speak for everything else, but it was a great time. Hung out with a lot of faces that I haven't seen in a while. I was able to GM Origins, and for at least with a couple of hiccups here and there, maybe like I would say two. There was two hiccups out of all the events that probably could have been handled a little differently. They ironically both involved the same person.
Okay.
Could avoid
And,
hiccups by eating the donuts slower.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeremy is
Folks,
right.
I'm sorry. I gotta interrupt this program for just one moment for very good reason. Hang on, come on here. We got a celebrity guest here. Look, you're too
Hold on.
short, Grandma.
I'm sorry.
this.
There's
I'm
Red
sorry.
Machine.
Move this.
The
Can't you
Grand
only get the
Machine.
top of your head with my standing?
There we
hold on.
go.
I'll change. I'll move the camera on the standing guest.
Hi, Grand Machine. How are you?
Granny, say hello. You got
Hello
anything you want to
there.
say to these people?
Hi, everybody. I'm Grandma, and I came to see Stephen with his lovely children, and I'm so happy to be here. And I hope you people are enjoying his games and enjoying my grandson,
Oh yeah.
because he's one of the best.
You're the best,
Thank
Grandma.
you.
You're the best.
This is the
Grand
best.
Machine. This
Yeah.
is the best right here.
Okay.
And
I
sweetheart.
hope he can see me.
We can.
We can.
We can. See? Yeah, you're live on the internet right now.
All right, you want me to help you get back up the stairs?
To people.
Yes.
All right, hang on. Say bye, man.
Bye.
Bye, Grand
Doing
Machine.
her
That
grandson John, and
All right.
Steve's there too.
I mean, that was no disrespect, Reno, but that was probably worth the interruption of our tribal chief.
100%. I will let
Yeah, she can interrupt whoever she wants.
We
Yeah.
love Grand Machine.
We love Grand Machine.
So overall, it was good. I was able to GM Origins one weekend only. It was glorious. I made some groundbreaking announcements.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys think of the little title shakeup that I announced?
Loudmouth versus Loudmouth,
That's right, baby.
right?
We stripped that dilly-dallying 2 years running #1 contender in Mark Perry, and we gave it to Loudmouth Leo Larynx.
Wow.
You know what? The man said that he had his eyes set on the prize, and I just helped expedite that process. And you know what? It's nothing personal. It's just business. That's how you make an impact. Chugga chugga, toot toot, whatever you want to say.
Well done, young boy.
Assorted Meeples, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Talk Universe. We're recapping Origins with your Origins GM and the BOSS.
Hey, listen, if you're new to the stream and the company, you might have just saw my grandma. That's real. This is
Yeah,
real.
that's actually legit, Grandma.
She
yes.
she packed all the stuff, man. The company's not the same without her. I gotta pay people like the Penguin and Madison. It was amazing. We had the Grand Machine doing it all for free, senior citizen labor. She did it for hugs and tea time. It was awesome.
Grand Machine got to send U-Haul a bill.
Yeah.
I put in Rose ESQ on it today. All right, I went in swinging today. There was no help. I got to get my mom. My mom is retired now. She's got all the time in the world. She will fight the Home Depot rental company tooth and nail until I get some sort of credit.
100%.
We're going to talk all about that in detail. Grandma She came here. She asked for some work to do, and she went upstairs and she colored the kids. I had nothing ready for her to assemble, so I couldn't even take advantage of the fact that I had the legendary Grandma Machine here in the office today. I don't know what you covered so far, but you mentioned the messed up truck. We're going to talk about that.
We really didn't get a chance to cover. I don't know the direction you guys want to go, whether it's just
just
events in general.
Events in general, big things that happen there, all the fun stuff.
All right,
that
easy
happened.
peasy.
Yeah.
We started this off on Thursday. We had a nice little learn to play in the morning. At noon, we had our new player Play Pure event. Kind of piggybacked off of Jeremy's baby. No entrances, no spectacles. Top 96 is booked. Play a fun deck. So as expected, we saw a hand destruction deck. We saw a Flux Assassin deck. it was glorious. But you know what? We had the most new players in one event for that event out of the whole weekend, and they seemed to have a lot of fun. And at the end of that day, that actually is the only one that I don't remember who won.
So
that's
not say on
that's
the
a blunder on my part. It was the only one.
Well, let's lie and say I won.
Play Pure event. The winner was that's right. Ricky Riot.
What?
Wait,
hold on. Wait.
With second place being Big Bad Bobby D, and third place being Matt Nealon. A bunch of new folks.
Bunch of new
100%.
players.
Bunch of new players, folks.
Matt Nealon was a rookie twice in his life after he suffered that terrible brain injury, if you remember.
Yeah, I will say.
Great to see that he's fully recovered from all this.
Ricky Riot played the wreck. I can't give him too much grief on that. No problem.
Yeah, it's a new one for him.
Yeah, that's totally fine. He's a big fan of that. I said play a deck that you like to play. Big Bad Bobby D played the watered down version of his soon to be Worlds competitor that we're gonna cover plenty in this tournament.
All skill,
including at night. Because now it's Thursday night. It is time for the Press 1P Invitational. It's my favorite time of the year where we break out the old classic. We can't go full classic because we determined that Double Limb might just be a little too long. So we broke out the Press 1P Invitational standard event all the way to the finals. And that one being main event. My rule was it's an open format. But if you happen to win with a character that is top 96 or not in top 96, you would be awarded a title shot in that respective division. Now, there was a GM of the Underworld in attendance, and he said, Pete, you never talked to me about this. I have no problem awarding if the person wins with Underworld. That's not a problem. Are you okay with cutting it down to top 32? I said, well, you're the GM, bud. So if you want to do that, that's fine. And for what it's worth, we only had one person out of the whole entire top cut to play a Worlds competitor, and that was Mr. James Booker playing Jay White. Boo this man. But everyone else followed the rules. And at the end of the night, we had a really awesome turnout, 26 players.
Wow.
And in the finals, we saw Big Bad Bobby D coming out on top with the leader of the Black Sheep, an Underworld competitor, after he announced that if it was an Underworld winner, they'd be getting shot. That's fine. And then runner-up to that was the Italian Bombata with Spencer Vance. And a big shout-out to Le Penguin with Lord Graves being the intergalactic runner-up in third, fourth, followed by Mr. Origins 2025 himself, Joe Gilchrist, playing Jake Chris, in rounding out top 4 as well. So Big Bad Bobby D won his own shot after saying that he would do Underworld. Great showing. That match was phenomenal.
Awesome match. We watched it.
There was a couple of times where Bob was just convinced, I don't know why I'm playing. I got no hand. I lose. And he didn't. He won. And Bombata was all smiles the whole time. If it could go to Crown Meter 7, it would. Both gentlemen kicked out at Crown Meter 5 on the third roll once. That is unreal.
Yeah, crazy.
It gave me back PTSD from the Atlanta CAC back in the day with Brian Lee. But good on Bob. That was a fun time. Friday, learn to play again. I also want to shout out these learn to plays. Being in charge of these things, they were really, really fun. Whether they were new players,
Only Press 1P could get PTSD from a game he won. Right? This is fast.
yeah, fair enough. Learn to plays are great because I get to play game after game with either new players or players that need refreshers. It was really fun. I met Mr. Joe Feeney, awesome dude. Hung out, played a couple events. He was great. He had a nice little standing ovation at one point. He's getting through a battle with throat cancer, and he's doing very, very well now.
Good.
And he really, really awesome dude. I enjoyed playing him for sure. He whipped my butt a couple times with Zoe Sky. So on Friday at noon, we had a triad event. Now, triad events are a little sticky because we capped it at 27 players, but if you can't get 27 players, I mean, everything has to go in threes, right?
Right.
So I tried my best, and the result was, after cutting to top cut after the triad events, we needed one spot to be filled to make it even with threes. Now, what I did, I thought was pretty fair. I took all the winners that didn't get pinned in their triad matches. I did a random lottery, and one lucky person, which ended up being HR, was able to make top cut. Awesome job. Now, there was still going to be a little sticky situation. After the 2 triads in top cut, we would only have 2 winners. And it's a triad event, you know? I can't just like randomly bring someone else that wasn't pinned into the finals. So like, what am I going to do to make a triad match? Well, it was advertised originally as a Super Lucha Triad event. So I figured, why not? So I brought out the Super Lucha Snake Pit deck right out of the box, folks. And I, as the general manager, inserted myself into that match, brought out the Super Lucha title belt, and it was funny. They pointed out, John, if you lose, you got to give that belt away.
Yeah, you do.
I said, you know what? Absolutely, you're right. And then HR used her nice little fate is on her side, which, by the way, HR won her triad match in top cut, so her second chance got her to the finals. So she copied my Super Lucha belt. So now she got the perk of the belt as well. And then if she loses, she has to give up her fate is on her side. Which turns out Snake's got to eat, because after a very, very good match for those that watched, your triad champion, Press 1P.
It was a very good match. If you got to catch it on the Facebook Live, it was a phenomenal match. A lot of kickouts, 12 grab mat. Was helping out both sides. It was a really good match.
Gotta give it up to 12 grab Matt. That guy is an absolute trooper. I kid you not. This next fact that I'm gonna give you is gonna haunt a lot of people.
What is that?
12 grab Matt not only once, but twice, not only 3 times, 4 events in a row was paired up with Matt Haas round 1.
Oh my God.
I kid you not. 3 singles and 1 triad. He was in that match with Matt.
That man, the fact that he's still standing is an absolute legend.
Absolutely. And you know what? He kept chugging, and 12 grab Matt had a really good night.
Give him a title
really
shot.
Good weekend overall. I wasn't allowed to take the triad title shot. Unfortunately, I already have a Super Lucha title shot myself from Faction Wars. So next up would be 12 grab Matt. 12 grab Matt doesn't play online.
He does not.
Unfortunately. So by default, as the general manager of Origins, HR is now your number 1 contender for the Triad Championship.
Let's
Mr.
go.
Steve Rest.
With Copycat Hausen.
Copycat Hausen, absolutely. At night, we had the random tag event. Everyone's favorite events debuting at PAX Unplugged, maybe. We had a lot of people playing this week in this event. We had let me see how many teams we got for this thing. We had 15 teams. So we had 30 people playing this event. That was huge. That actually was the biggest event of the weekend. We had some really cool tag teams. Do you guys want to hear the mix up of the teams or
sure?
Or
do it.
The greatest.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yes.
So completely random, no shenanigans to an extent. We had Tim Riley with 12 grab Matt, who ended up winning the tournament. So 12 Grat Matt came into the Triad event, did phenomenal, and then went in with Tim Riley and took it down. And in the finals, they defeated the BOSS himself and the trash man Neil Nealon, who had a phenomenal time. There was a chance that they were iced because they had to wait a long time. Boss disappeared for about 4 days.
Hey,
in
listen, it
between that.
wasn't my fault. All right, I went to go pick up tacos, being the nice person that I am. All right.
They
You
were
didn't-
good
you had
tacos.
no problem eating those tacos when they showed up, did you, Mr. Press One P?
They were good tacos.
And my
I know.
waitress just left. She just disappeared.
Yeah, so
Literally
that-
just up. It was like, I'm out.
Ever
other
ask a
team-
crime boss where he was for 4 hours? Just
Right?
Don't do it.
Hey, it was only 30 minutes. I don't know what you're talking about 4 hours. I was there the whole. That's my story. I was thinking.
Definitely has witnessed.
I
other
couldn't
teams,
ask for a
we-
better partner in the trash man. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna enjoy that. That seemed really fun when that pairing got made, for sure. Another
We
one,
had a-
another really cool one: Sean Loeb and Kid Thunder.
Wow.
Loudmouth
Sounds
Leo
like
teaming
good
up
fun.
with Joe Feeney. We had the Italian Bombata teaming up with Rhaegar, Nick Nimble, and Just Doug. Patrick Mulligan with New Girl Sky. By the way, this girl, I don't know if Steve's talked about her. She's phenomenal. I've never seen someone go so all in on a game in such a short period of time like this girl. Fully committed, going to be at Gen Con. Awesome job.
Nice.
Colby Cram with Ref Dave, which is ironic considering Ref Dave just took the title off of Colby that weekend. We had Split with New Guy Ted, Lay Penguin, and Uncle Bradley, which made some really good.
Wow.
100%. That was a
Incredible.
blast and a half for sure. We had Michael Kirk and James Booker. That's an awesome team.
Wow.
They honestly could have won if Booker was feeling a little better. 100%. We had Funtime Bob and HR, another blast of a team. We had Mr. Origins, Joe Gilchrist with Baguette. Baguette is a con local. I don't know if anyone's met him. He's an awesome dude. We had Bob Dunn with Dave Marinarasak. Dave was playing an absolute spicy deck.
Who?
It's a Caleb. if you've
Yes,
met Mr.
Caleb,
Baguette.
absolutely.
Great dude.
Marinarasak's deck was awesome, and in theory could really do well in tag. Considering
In
he played a
theory.
lot of- in theory could win a lot of turn rolls in tag, and that's what you want, right?
Yeah.
He played a 6-stop
5.
Tanahashi deck.
Oh, really?
Where the 6 stops did not count the 25 through 27. So it's very interesting to watch. But they did not win, unfortunately. And the final team was Chris Pate and Matt Haas,
God. Just
which happened to really, unfortunately, slow down the event.
what?
But it worked out in the end. And congratulations to Tim Riley and 12 Grat Matt on that victory. This brings us to Super Show Championship Saturday, where we had not one, but 2 Origins Championship events. In the morning, we had... There wasn't that many people. Oh, we had 18 in the morning, yes. We actually, between the 2 events, having 44 combined people and
Wow.
a lot of not overlap. So we had a good amount of people for sure between the 2 events playing. Some able to play at night, not in the morning, and vice versa.
Okay.
But in the morning event, and keep in mind this was open and with set stips in the finals. I wrote top 8, 4, and finals stipulations on 2 cards. We random up the first one, and the other one would be used at night. So in this event, the top 8 was Ring of Fire, the top 4 was Liger's Den, and the finals was Bloodbath Brawl.
Ooh.
Taking this home,
Mr. GM,
was-
if I may intervene for a moment, because I think this is an important distinction.
Huh.
Are you saying that the stipulations for the second portion of the World Championship were public knowledge to all players?
100%. It was sitting on my desk the whole time.
Okay, that's a good distinction for the people out there saying that the GM was the only person who knew what events were used.
I mean, if you can tell me how winning ticket metagames any of the steps, let me know, but we'll continue. So with this, the top 4 was Ricky Riot playing as himself over Just Doug as Makatek. And then in the other one, maybe foreshadowing for the future, Joe Gilchrist over Press 1P. Joe Gilchrist as KJ Impala, Press 1P as the original Cyclone, unable to do what Trey has done just a few months ago.
How'd the crane kick treat you?
It was phenomenal all weekend long. People were actually astounded at how well that deck worked.
We love crane kick.
Yes, crane kick is phenomenal, especially when it shuffles back a spotlight. And then the finals, this stip probably going to give Ricky Riot nightmares forever. The Bloodbath Brawl. So Joe Gilchrist over Ricky Riot. Apparently, at crowd meter 0, whenever you hit a grapple, you lose a card. Your opponent loses a card in their hand. And Joe won the first 3 turn rolls and opened with 3 grapples. So Pate had no hand. So Joe wins this crowd meter 0 in dominating fashion.
Wow.
So congratulations, Joe, as being Origins champion part 1, leading into his ticket into the Grand Champion match. So part 2 at night had 26 players. Top stipulations were Beast Unchained, Cage, and Last Competitor Standing.
Oh, why would you do
Unchained
that?
is going-
Why would you do that?
Look, man, it was random.
Why?
So Beast Unchained is going to give me nightmares as I played against Ricky Riot for an hour and 45 minutes. That was one of the 2 blunders of the weekend, because when it comes to Top Cut, Super Show realistically doesn't like to give any sort of time limits. Unfortunately, I did not expect it to go that long. I hit 4 finishers that game and just botch. Eventually, it was taken out. Tim Riley, who is Slime Girl, who was actually Bombada Slime Girl, was waiting in the finals while I was still playing that top 8 game with Ricky Riot. That's how long it was. In top 4, Tim Riley defeats Matt Haas in a cage. And it was cool. It's Slime Girl versus Rising Sun. So very similar gimmicks. And then I went against all odds, defeated DJ Outlaw playing Mac Attack. It's almost like people are trying to taunt me with this deck. And I revenged one of my Swiss losses. And that was a great match. It actually turned out to, he had 2 cards left in his hand. I had 1. I had 2, I'm sorry. I played my equal 8 stop to get +2 to my turn roll. And I rolled 5 to a 7. And he rolled 7. And then that bump allowed me to discard 1 card from my hand to escape the cage.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty cool. And then in the finals, Tim Riley versus myself in a great last competitor standing match. I had some very lucky pulls. The first finish I hit was 2 breakout rolls in a full set of hand for Tim, and I was able to hit a finish.
Wow.
And then after that, about 3 finishers later, I think it was like 10 cards chosen, and I was able to hit a second finisher in his hand after 6. And then with 4 cards left, he had a finisher in a 9-card discard pile, and I was able to pull it. So it was yes, that's funny. It was a very good match with Tim. Tim had a phenomenal weekend between winning. This man didn't play his cards like once all weekend, and he played Bob's decks and Bombada's decks and absolutely kicks butt the whole time.
He was pulling a Chuck.
Yeah, right. So, and the fact that Bombada's like Pulverino was the only person knowing the stipulations. You sat next to me the entire night. That's hilarious. So, and with that being said, I punched my ticket into my match against Joe Gilchrist on Sunday, which opened the show to crown the 2025 Origins Undisputed Champion. This was a best 2 out of 3 match to the boss's, I guess, displeasement. I don't know if he just didn't hear me when I announced this. But that was a great match. I thought I was in trouble because when Joe and I sat down, he hit me with a crowd meter 0. Actually, I think it was an 11, but I will go with a 10. And I wasn't able to get out in like 4 turns. I thought it was over. Game 2, I was able to reverse it pretty handedly. It was a good match. Game 3 turned out to be a really good match as well until Joe hit a finish and rolled 5 to an 8. And I rolled a 10. But apparently, a D12 dice had something else in mind. and then knocked it right over to a 5, and then followed by another 5. And your winner and 2025 undisputed Origin champion, the lethal endorser, Joe Gilchrist.
Wow.
Claps for him.
Absolutely. Real quick, let's go over the championship matches that happened this past weekend at Origins before we close out. This past weekend, we had Bob Dunn come in, take on for the Deep Six Championship, and successfully win it over. Who was the Deep Six?
Sean Loeb.
Sean Loeb. Okay. Crown Meter 1, I believe. Then you had Bob defend the Tornado title against the SOG BOSS as Boss cashes in his Faction Wars win. And it was a great match, but unfortunately, Boss, if you want to talk about it.
Oh, it wasn't? I got 2 turns. Great match. What match were you watching? I didn't roll one. I didn't get to use the floats one time. I didn't get to use my gimmick one time. I got abused, man. Thanks for trying. It was dominated by Bob Dunn.
Schmidt has the party line of any match you're good in. Your match is in it. It's a good one, man.
This is listen, Bob Dunn solidified himself as probably the GOAT in this Tornado format. He beat me and Press 1P in a triple threat. He whooped me in the rematch where I would have thought I would have stomped all over him. Played a very good play. He had won a roll with the 22. That would have been the one time I could have used the floats. He re-rolled in his gimmick, still won the turn roll. And listen, I hit one lead and the Tiger Driver the whole match. The Tiger Driver cleared the way. If I could have got one more turn roll, he showed me his hand. My finisher was good, man, but I just got decimated.
Yeah.
But he went out there with something to prove, and he proved it. So big shout out to Bob Dunn with that match.
Also,
Well,
go ahead, sorry.
to close out Origins on Sunday following the big match, nothing too crazy. We had constructed tag. We had 7 teams. One had to get a bye, which ended up being the Simons. And from there, the tryhards definitely came out. Out of the 7 teams, so was that 14? Out of 7 teams, 4 of them used the floats entrance. So over 50%. I know that's been a topic. I've heard Southern Fried had a bunch as well.
Yep.
And then
Correct.
Pretty much, I mean, we had the 7 teams were Just Grapples, which was Just Doug and 12 Grap Matt. They defeated me and Le Penguin in round 1. The Michigan boys, Vaughn and Randolph, they were defeated by DJ Outlaw and the Frequent Flyer. Then we had Matt Haas, Hidden Threat, and the Foreman were defeated by the powerhouse team of Colby Cram and Ricky Riot, folks. Talk about a match made in heaven right there. Yeah. I can only imagine the type of shenanigans they came up with. In top 4, Colin and Sierra able to take that bye to their advantage, defeating Just Grapples. And then Colby Cram and Ricky Riot taking out DJ Outlaw and the Frequent Flyer. And then in the finals, from what I've heard, was a very good back and forth match. Colby Cram and Ricky Riot was able to take this. Another topic, if the GM of the tag division is listening in, we should visit Grand Pack Meeple. For those of you that don't know what this character does, whenever Grand Pack Meeple hits a game or board card, he can take a lead or follow-up from his discard pile, put it into play for free. Now, normally this seems pretty cool in standard matches, but in particular for tag, it is a very good card when you can hit one of those cards, which is 12 in his deck, and put a nice little total teamwork in play, absolutely cutting off any sort of tag teams, team ups, and all of that shenanigans. 12 cards in his deck say, I'm going to put this card in for free. Can't even stop me from doing it. So definitely something that should be visited in the future, or at least discussed. But that was awesome on Colby and Chris Pate for coming up with such a cool idea. Chris Pate played Sticky Sailboat, which was Colby's deck.
Oh.
And congratulations to them. I know they're going to face off with Tim Riley and what would have been 12 Grab Matt, but 12 Grab Matt doesn't play online. So the replacement is Bob Dunn. his never-ending quest for the Grand Slam. Bob gets another chance to dominate the tag division, and I know him and Tim will figure this out, and it's gonna be a good match. I hope that goes on
Bob
Sunday
Dunn
Night
loved
Live.
you to death, well deserving, but the trash man got screwed, man. The person in this should have been the runner-up in this. This should have been Neil Nealon or myself. I already have a tag team shot because I dominated with the LEO, aka the Light. The trash man should have got the seat, man. I want to see this. He deserves himself a tag team shot. He carried this whole event. What a job he did.
And on top of that, he not only did he carry the whole event, he didn't even want to play. He did me a favor because I needed someone to jump in. He's like, all right, I'll go get a deck, and he ended up kicking butt with the boss. So, that was, as far as events goes, that was it on the Origin standpoint. It was a lot of fun, man. A lot of work, but I really love this stuff. I've organized events for many years. It's kind of one of my fortes. So I definitely look forward to doing this again in the future, if and when it comes around. Maybe Grand Gathering, who knows? And with that being said, I'll kick it off to the boss to talk about the sales standpoint, and then I don't know if there's going to be story time or if things are meant to be left in the closet or
real
the
quick.
Uber.
We do have one other title, of course, defeating the Flame Fighter in the hardcore title match. Using Various as his replacement for Spencer Vance. Thanks, Drew. And and then Funtime Bob taking the win over the Italian Bobata in the old school event. Maul defeating Chainsaw Jimmy.
Yes, there was, and also the Veterans Championship.
Yes, the
Foreman
Veterans Championship.
successfully defended over Jared Bridge,
And
despite
and the U.S. title.
And the U.S.
and
title.
the U.S. title.
where
No, I did say Ref Dave
Oh.
defeated Colby, but we didn't
Yeah.
give it. We didn't give it the proper thing.
And did we bring up the Midwest Coast Championship?
Oh,
So,
yes,
full disclosure, any of these feature matches I wasn't really involved in. I wasn't really
Yeah, that
allowed
makes
to leave
sense.
the desk. So whatever
Right.
was going on out in the crowd, please, if you know, you probably know more than me. So please.
So I can defer to Drew on this because Drew did help build the deck to take on the Midwest Coast champion.
And spoilers, also the U.S. champion, and also the hardcore champion, but for which I'm being called a traitor by the Italian Bambata.
Oh, you got Spencer Vance
but
out, so.
But
well, he didn't ask
Well, it
me.
doesn't-
But no, they Michael Kirk made it a stat card challenge where he would have us build the deck, and Matt Nealon and James Booker decided to make it a title match when Michael Kirk did not ask for it to be a title match,
Yeah.
but they gave him a Midwest Coast title match, and a very quick match. He hits the hard out, the finish sub for DJ Outlaw, which completely neuters Super Ombre and the Midwest Coast title belt and rolls a 10. So it is power or nothing for Matt Nealon, and your new Midwest Coast champion is the host of the Outlaw Mudcast, Michael Kirk.
there you go.
And then
Finally winning a title after 25 years.
Hard break.
Congratulations.
I knew it.
Congratulations, Michael.
Congrats,
Maybe
Mike.
you'll finally believe that you are indeed a good player, man. Keep that head up, dude.
When John Calais finds out there's going to be a string of murders across the country.
Yeah. Also, let's not forget that.
So he's distracted.
Yes, he's very distracted. The Italian Bobata did leave Origins as your Play True champion as well too. Congratulations! You'll be taking on Eddie Fury to unify the Con belt and whatever the real belt is. It the real? I have no idea. What is split booking? I don't know. But to the player of the era, thank you very much to GM Polverino. The Polverino show was a great show.
Yeah, you want to talk about a show? You should have saw me running through Atlanta General Airport from one flight to the other on Monday. That was a marathon, folks. I've said it in many chats, man. I've always been that person to be like, look at that idiot running through an airport. On Monday, I was that idiot. Yes.
Chuck
So
made us be that guy too. Don't worry.
but it was for a good cause because I went to go pick up my daughter from Florida and she's here now, so I'm gonna go hang out with her. So I will
Awesome.
talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Pete.
Peace.
Later.
See ya.
Boss, anything you want to say about Origins? Or we
I want
going
to
on?
say a lot. Just give me hold on 1 second.
Then why don't we do Southern Fried, and then afterwards, boss can speak
Yes,
on all
please
stuff.
do that because I got a lot of important announcements about the website.
Yeah,
All
let's
right, cool.
let's
All right, let's go ahead and bring in the TBA commissioner, captain of the Real Beaters, Olympic gold winning, and my good friend, Mr. Drew Matson. Hi, Drew. How are you?
I'm doing good, so it helps. Jeremy and I were both there at Southern Pride all weekend, and Jeremy, I just have the Southern Pride events pulled up, and I can kind of just go top to bottom and run through them.
Well, if you'd like, Brian can run the video, and then you'll see everything, and then you can give detail.
Oh, okay. No, we had a video package.
Run it!
More Steve later, Steve.
This sounds like the exact thing you should be telling everybody.
Yeah, go right ahead. Tell them.
I'm ready. All right, folks. The Underhoss is here. And I was just talking about my favorite tournament of all of Super Show, maybe of history, but definitely on Southern Pride weekend. It was Law's wild and crazy speed rounds. I was telling Steve it was just, and Schmidt, it was just overbooked, silly Super Show matches. Just play whatever you want, and then if Law or the Possum King, who was the co-GM, came by and said something, you had to do it. I played a Rejected, which was deemed not a fast card, so I had to randomly discard my entire hand except 3 cards. I was telling Steve, my friend Anthony, who has never played in a Super Show tournament, but we bought the Super Show cards at the same time in 2019. He was in town. I convinced him to come. We were trying to put him over. He was the new guy. He made top cuts because he had the most fun in the first round of the tournament. We voted him as the most fun-having player. He was then eliminated in top 4, I'm pretty sure, by Larry Beadnell, and that Larry's great player. And we were up at the Super Show booth, and he was like, dang, man, I really thought I had this one. And then he turns to me and goes, Piglet, you think like I could just like run in there like I have money in the bank and like I could get in the finals? And I just said, look, I'm going to walk in here, just follow my lead. And I yell at Possum King that Anthony is cashing in his wild and crazy money in the bank. Possum King puts him in the finals, and then he wins the finals. We even wrote, posting a picture, I even wrote I found a sheet of paper, I wrote a little note. It said wild money in the bank. So it was official. There was an official contract.
That sounds exactly like a Super Show event.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Steve,
yeah.
you'll love this one. This was also one of my favorite moments. So at the end of the last round, they go, all right, everybody stop what you're doing. And Law went around and determined, who won the matches and stuff like that. And I remember
He just looked at the board.
I remember that I don't remember who Rod Rumble was playing, but he was playing, and he rolls the dice, and he rolls his 10 skill, and he goes, yes! And then Law goes, neither of you rolled technique, you both lose. And then he was so devastated. And then, Steve, you'll love this one too. Then Ron goes, well, did I at least make top cut? And then he goes, well, now that you ask about it, you did not make top cut.
It's like, you lose 2 points. And I was like, "Ooh, thank God I didn't ask."
I also saw Jeremy and Rambo Apocalypse having a really good time, so I proceeded to ask Law if I could go into their match and make it a triple
that
threat.
was your decision.
That was my decision, Jeremy. I picked that.
You took a good match and made it a great match, and now, I'm mad.
Since I beat 2 players, I managed to score 2 points, which, pushed me right over the edge. And the great part about that match is all 3 of us made it to the second round. So that was really fun. It was just, you should talk to Law about it, Steve. It was just such a fun, if you like the role-playing aspect of Super Show and just wrestling, this guy's getting screwed by the GM, or we're purposefully trying to put this guy over that's new at the game.
He come over to me. He says, Jeremy, what's my favorite card in Super Show? I look at him and says, Lucky Shot. He says, correct. Get +2 to your turn roll. And then he runs over and asks somebody else something.
Yeah, it was a great event. It was fun.
Yeah, Titan says, I was almost eliminated by someone not in the event. Yeah, Titan comes in late. Titan comes in late and says,
I didn't hear this.
Yeah, Titan comes in late, and Law's like, Drew, you have the most wins so far. You will play Titan now, and if you lose, you're out of Top Cut. And I'm like, what? So I had to play against Titan. Luckily, squeaked it out against Hunk Homelander. But
Simple Chuck had 5 points, probably number 1 in the tournament, and then Johnny Korea's like, hey, if I can beat Chuck in a match, can I just eliminate him from the tournament? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then Johnny Korea beats him
with the
and then
slap
Chuck's
to his
like,
head.
yeah, and then he's like, wait, if I get eliminated, I should get to play again to eliminate Johnny Korea. And then so they do it again. It was just fun, man. It was just fun Super Show.
Chaos.
Sometimes we get lost in the competitive nature of the game instead of just being silly.
Yeah,
Friday had a good mix of that.
Your photo of the week, folks. That was let's bring it back up so we can show the shenanigans that happened.
Oh yes.
Yeah. My God. Yeah. I was planning on dressing up as Candyman the entire time for Friday night, and then I found out late that Joel was also trying to do that, but he didn't know until Angela told him, and he looks at me and I say, well, one of us has to change. But we ended up tagging in the Bump Flip Drink Masquerade event, and we had a great time. It was very funny considering Joel does not drink, so I was drinking twice.
Oh boy!
And Law was kind of poisoned the water hole by including a character known as Chris Bay. So anytime the characters got rotated, whoever got Chris Bay and rolled agility, they had to flip 2 and drink.
Yeah, that was my deck. He comes up to me and says, Jeremy, do you have a deck that flips a lot? So here you go.
Oh no. Yeah. That same event I got 2 Bell Awards. I got the extraordinary effort for Drew's fancy pantyhose and best smack talker, because all I did was talk trash about John Polverino, and the Bell appreciated that.
The MVP of the weekend were Drew Madsen's tights, that's for sure.
Yeah. Big stretchy. Big shout out to Angela. Yeah, Friday was a very fun event, interspersed with 64-bit Casey dominating and killing everyone in the Underworld event. And then the next day was a bit more try hard, because Saturday we had tag, we had the start of the Scramble, and then we had at night the CAC, which the Underhoss had some late night game planning with Johnny Correa. Ended up upsetting Johnny Correa so much. He was asking who's got the fastest deck I can play, and it still didn't work.
Wow.
It's hard to put the big man down.
Let's go ahead, let's go ahead and bring up this your deck of the week here.
Isn't that this thing where like you can't run a spotlight in the South? It doesn't work.
I beat Impact. I saw plenty of Impact.
Yeah, there were 2 Impact.
I still took down the Impact players.
I really loved your deck list. I took a look at it. I know you love that last minute upgrade for sizes again.
I sure
3
did.
cards instead of 2. Man. When
did.
I was playing in the like the side games and stuff, right? And I even like with testing, I was saying like, I don't know, man. If I have 7 cards in my hand and I know I can't lose the game next turn, that's a pretty good feeling to have.
I've never felt safer playing Super Show, Steve.
Right? It's like 7 cards. I have at least. I'm not dead next turn. You know.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
I'll go into a little bit about the deck, and Steve will, I think, appreciate some of what. So, you know, the commish and Trey, you know, they have their deck tech show on Big Picture Premium Stack Card, and you know, Piglet always gets a lot of crap because as many great cards as Steve Resk has made, and he's made some good ones, to Piglet, most of the time, Knee Lift is still the best card you can play. And I just believe that. And they say, Piglet, all he wants to do is play draw 2s and all this stuff. Well, Steve, if you could see it, this was the draw 2 deck.
We dodged Ring of Fire.
Every time I could draw. The thing is about him and Ring of Fire, you could keep burying your hand to not get burned. So I would be curious to see the Ring of Fire matchup for sure.
Right.
But you know, I skirted through some wins. I had to face some impacts. What was really tough was facing King Cold, and taking down my hand size. Actually, Cold would have killed me with the grapple at Crowd Meter 1 with a set up the table in play, and I had 0 cards in my hand, and I happened to bump twice and then win 2 turn rolls.
Wow.
So that was definitely, you know, some. I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't, you know, have lucky moments to win this tournament. And,
shout out King Cold and Luna Bellatrix making it down.
Yeah, that was awesome. But
I had a great match with Luna.
Of the new cards that Steve recently made, these stops where you draw if you have fewer cards. Steve, I was just talking about these stops that you made where you have fewer cards. Where I think Jeremy. I don't know if you've tried them I want to build Bronzeburg with them. If you have a way to manipulate your hand, you basically just become Gia.
Piglet, I'm looking at your deck, and this is almost my Ken Broadway deck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ken Broadway would be another one. So if you have a way to manipulate your hand, these stops are just crazy. I'm going to probably try them in some other stuff. And then
I could put DeAndre in my Ken Broadway deck. It would look a lot like this.
Yeah, Resto Potion effects I'm still really big on. I play them in a lot of my decks. Steve, I'm sure you'll appreciate the skill Chugga after you use your gimmick. You know, you win the turn, and if you use your Spotlight card, you just go right back up to 4 cards.
You know what surprises me? The entire Longboat Leap line at 7 through 9 though. Draw 3.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah. That's something I actually didn't consider. That's
because then that frees up a skill requirement that you can use anywhere.
Yeah.
And what I would do is maybe on one of those 10 through 12 do like a sucker punch or something that just is going to draw you a ton of cards because it counts itself.
Yeah, I considered that. I just wanted it to be a little bit more simple instead of trying to have too many cards in play. And then the new 22 through 24 that Steve's made. I mean. These cards are at worst draw 2 cards, and at best draw 2 cards and get the best card out of your discard pile. I think they're crazy. But yeah. Oh, and the MVP. This is where I am going to put myself over just a tad. Is the 26 is not Catch Cutter. The 26 is Alpaca Slam.
Loved it.
Because
Saw it.
you
Thought it
bury-
was amazing. Yeah.
When you bury your grapple, then they start hitting you with sub or whatever, and then you play it and get the grapple right back. And honestly, it's really hard to even kill this deck with submission cards because of the Alpaca Slam card. And I think that maybe just that one choice took my deck over the limit.
No, I love that call. And even on the fact of like, let me grab the card early, and then now I'm only burying 3 cards instead of
Absolutely.
using my gimmick at 6 is huge, right? Because you wanna take Jandre out before he can get his hand up. But using that Alpaca Slam, I might even splash based off that, like I don't know, not Sky High Throw, like the one where you like if you have 2 grapples in play, search for the grapple finish.
Oh, double throw. Double throw
Yeah,
at
double
11.
throw could be kind of cool. You know, just having that card in your hand early can make all of the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I had a great time. I turned the camera on. Some of y'all know, before I took my Super Show break, I had I had a little bit of a gimmick that I was messing around with that was slightly controversial. Well,
Little P Piggy.
I turned the camera on and peanutted on my Hollywood Heavyweight Championship talent,
The talent.
until I got the win.
Dude, you want a peanut was the killer.
The peanut. And thank you to everyone that a lot of people reached out, Steve included. And I just appreciate Super Show. And I've been playing cards for many years, and this is my first major win in Super Show. A lot of people, give me probably more credit than I am due, and I feel like that I validated some of my people that support me with this win. So thank you to those people.
Yeah,
Little Big Pig in it.
The biggest. of the
I'm
pig
a baby face it up a little bit.
boy.
I loved it was a piglet deck too.
Yeah.
Like top to bottom. Like
Yeah.
no Johnny Korea nonsense.
Did you
no
have any
trade,
losses in the event?
100%.
I did. So the secret, the way to beat the deck is to hit Jandre. You remember, Steve, when you talk about beating Eddie Fury, where you can't let him get all the crowd meter stops off on all the finishes. You have to work the same one. So eventually you run out of stops. So the chiropractor I played round 1 and I lost to him. He used impact, and then he was playing Pretzel Wizard, and he just went submission into submission into submission, and that is really difficult to deal with. So that's what beat me.
Yeah.
I did. I lost to that, and then after that, I think I won 7 games in a row.
Yeah, CAC was a fun time, man. I got to get a single copy of the foil Vacation Commissioner and got to play a couple of my original finishes. And then it's Top Cut. I had the actual dream matchup and against Brian Lee's Eve Elise. And yes, Jeremy,
God.
it was exactly
And
as
Trey
funny.
Cantrell gave Brian that deck and was like, "Play this, you'll like it." And then Drew just,
God.
look, there's an Evil East in the field. That would be fun.
Yeah, there's the biggest hard counter of all time. Oh, you're going to increase your 7 by 2? Well, it's actually a 5. Oh, your 8 goes down to a 7. And it turned on my 15, which was even worse.
Oh, man, that's the dream.
Yeah.
You also need
We're
skill
gonna have to
advantage
start
over-
having cards. Well, one of the derailed lines was gonna be like both players' gimmicks are blank. We might actually have to start giving people the option to blank their own gimmick, right? With like the mimics and all this stuff out there.
Oh, that's
It's pretty
interesting.
funny. It might actually be pretty
There
valuable.
are times where I have wanted the ability to blank my own gimmick with different characters, so that might not be bad.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
especially
like,
in
if
Ring
I'm-
of Fire and stuff, right? And Cage,
right?
maybe.
Ring of Fire, everyone's enemy, Mimic, Cassandra. Like, there's a lot of hate right now. You might want to be able to shut your gimmick off, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, maybe might be some cards there coming out.
Brian had me on the ropes, actually. He blanked my gimmick within like 2 turns because he just won the turn rolls and then hit me with a finish, but he rolled a 9 and I was playing with the honorable ref and made it 9 to a 6.
Oh, the best. I
So for
am
me-
doing my best here, folks, to get all the images up in one shot on this thing I'm working on. However, they're not totally loading, but I will after I tell you what's going on here.
So for me, I bombed out of most of the tournaments I was in, but I had a lot of great and fun single games. I won and lost the Underworld title. I won the points chase, literally
Dominated it.
Double of what everybody else who turned in a sheet scored.
Who'd you use for that?
Everybody.
So the thing is, you got
was that everybody the competitor, or you
no.
variety of
So the way the rules were is when you played your first game with a competitor, you get 3 points for winning, 1 point for losing. Your second game, you get 2 points for winning, 0 points for losing. So if you're an insane person like Jeremy Staggerwald and you have 50 decks at your house, it's kind of an unfair.
Yeah, it's actually worse if you go far in tournament and you play.
Most of my problem was the tournament was like bombing out of tournaments and all these losses, and I still ended up with like almost 60 points.
Wow.
Which, if I can put the camera on myself for just a second, if I can find this.
All right, I have a lot of stuff.
Which makes me the Southern Fried Gaming Expo champion.
Let's go.
Right.
For the second.
I'm also the new player coach champion.
That's true. Yes,
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
Piglet, you're going to have a character card you can hold up as a trophy. That's the best
I
of
will
all.
take
That
my
costs a lot more
character
than this.
card, my first tag team win, and
The scramble.
and
Scramble.
Rambo Apocalypse going back to back to back. If you want to win the scramble, you better talk to Rambo Apocalypse.
You got it again?
So that we had a,
Yeah.
Oh, you got it again. The POS Syndicate.
The POS Syndicate.
Let's
Pull up
talk
pull
about
up the
that
POS Syndicate. Pull up the POS Syndicate shirts, Steve. We discuss people.
So the scramble, it was a series. It was a tournament of 3 players against 3 players in various matches. But the finals was a 3-on-3 elimination tag match, like one tag match with all 3 people on each side. Law put the rules on there, and he put this ability for people to hit a finish and put an eliminated player back in the game. And we realized that the match would still be going on now if we allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
So all 6 players in the match said, no, we're not doing that. There they are, disgusting people by tagging on almost every single turn, because the 3-on-3 match, basically it's a test of which teams can tag the most, and they did.
We had the synergy.
They had the synergy.
They did.
Me, Harry, and Lauren did not have much synergy at all.
Oh no, my
You
synergy
put
was
Hold the Line
trash.
Harry right in the middle of your team. That was your mistake.
Not possibly.
I had my synergy
think
wrecked
I-
by my own chiropractor. We had it planned out. We were going to be 2 beaters and an eater because it was us and Yasmin.
Oh.
And then he changed it to Team Barbecue, and I was so mad. I was so mad. He's still like, it's like I bottled it. I screwed it up. My bad. I don't know what I did.
All right, that's true. I just saw a comment in the chat. Some people are going to find this controversial, but I got to put somebody over here. The Nightmare King, the best Piglet player in the world. I decided that I needed to become the best Nightmare King player in the world. I believe now I am the best Nightmare King
You've
player in the
cleared
world.
massive bar.
And obviously, the Nightmare King is the best Piglet player.
There's
in the
a
world.
champion playing Piglet.
He probably got the Nightmare King's deck list. I'm
Oh,
pretty
I
sure. You
see.
said it was yours, Drew Madsen. I know that, Nightmare King and I have talked about Piglet deck lists. You might have seen a message or two. Congratulations to Ref Dave. I'm real happy that he won with the pig. And,
I think
if he wants to prove he's the best Piglet, maybe a little one-on-one mirror match championship,
the other really heartwarming moment of the weekend was, as mentioned in the locals report, Rocco Valentine. He's one of the Meeple Venture Dojo scouts. Has some neuropathic issues, and he was sitting next to Poss as Poss was playing for the Llama Legacy Championship. And Possum was playing off of him like, hey, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? And all the other scouts are like, oh, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. And then Possum wins the match. And so Rocco challenged him and Paz made it out of the CAC without losing the title. So we booked the match the next day, and Rocco won it, and everyone was just like out of their minds. The room exploded, big pop. So
that match was like
great.
crowd meter 4, I think. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I was losing my Underworld title at the time.
I didn't even get to watch it. I was in the new player thing.
That was the typical Jeremy match. I had Trey like I had the match. He was out of stops. I'm out of deck. I have 19 cards in my hand. And then he wins 8 turn rolls and gets all the recursion cards for which the stops I have are already in play. I'm like, yup, happened again. He got me.
Happened.
Good Lord, Colby Cram is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Colby Cram is hilarious.
Colby Cram schooled me in the world of Dune. We had a nice late night conversation about brand pack characters, sci-fi TV shows. It was a lot of fun. Big Colby Cram guy after the weekend.
What was your favorite match of your weekend, Steve?
Myself and the Trash Man versus Sky and Pat Mulligan in a tag match. I mean, we eclipsed crowd meter 7. It was wild.
Oh my
yeah, I mean, it was like lots of saves on like huge breakout rolls. And then at one point, like the Trash Man had the knee breaker that becomes the finish. And like we double team, and I'm like, let me go first. Follow up submission, and the guy caught with rejected. And then he threw the finish, the follow up finish sub, and that got stopped and like cleared the way for us. But like having the knee breaker go live was really awesome. I also it was a lot of great matches. I mean, I also loved beating the hell out of the Italian Bravada special Spencer Vance with Scrappers. That was pretty epic. Big fan of that.
I'm gonna
overall awesome event.
I want to mention.
We sold out of Super Show stuff.
Oh,
we sold out of Super Show 10th anniversary, so we got to see if we're able to make some more. We sold out of Rummy Gummies, which was awesome. Lots of old school packs went out. I mean, we probably reached about 100 new players this event, so
great.
It was really, really successful on that front.
The guy who
for the first time we had exhibitors like coming by, and they said, "Oh, this guy just brought this back to my booth." So some of the big gaming companies that were there, like the whole booth, those guys picked it up and went home and played. So really, really great turnout for Origins. So big shout out to everybody there that helped make that happen.
I do have one more question for you, Steve, that I haven't heard you address. I might have missed it at the beginning of the show. I was eating dinner, but I was listening to the Outlaw Mudcast, like we should all do, because it is the history.
Did he
book
mention the guy
of
who
Super
bought the
Show.
last box set?
No.
He didn't. Oh no, he's
No,
done.
he didn't. But what he did mention is a collaboration that you're doing with a game called WrestleVania. And this game sounds amazing, and that y'all are doing like a collaborative effort. Can you tell us about that?
Well, first and foremost, there was a gentleman who was wearing a Dr. Doom costume, and I believe his name was Kevin. And Michael Kirk was right there. And I put Michael Kirk over as I usually do. And the guy purchased the last copy of Origins. And I told Michael Kirk to take out his goddamn yellow notepad and write the guy's name and give him a shout out. And Michael Kirk refused to acknowledge this guy for some strange reason, which I thought was absolutely bizarre. That would have been awesome content here. So first shame.
He says,
on the
boss, he says it was Kevin.
And did he mention it? And I just said Kevin. So why are you correcting me with correct information?
I didn't hear it because you were going a mile a minute. Steve.
By the way,
the second half
it
of the
wasn't
show
Kevin.
today.
It was Kevin. Okay. Anyway, big shout out to Kevin. Yeah, WrestleMania is going to be a wrestling RPG.
This sounds
Kind of
amazing.
like wrestling meets Castlevania. Like that's kind of what they're going for. We are going to have a possibility to unlock one of their Dracula-like characters in our game, and they're going to help kind of hopefully help us promote the Cardona versus Brian Myers box set.
Will that?
But anyway, I have a ton of stuff to go over here. That's nothing. That's for another week. Next, Finn, okay? If you want to correct me. Stock
I didn't want
updates,
to
okay?
correct you.
If you guys are not aware of what went down at Origins, we had a truck that apparently allowed rain to get in. So we lost a lot of stuff. Okay, we lost a lot of promotional cards. We lost a lot of old releases that were coming up.
Move me off the
live.
screen so you can see Steve.
So some of the things that we have are in very limited quantity, which was not the plan, right? So eventually we will try to get these things reprinted as we lost them to water damage. So things that are in stock that might not have been in stock earlier are listed right now. So we have Decent with the Steel Chain, the 3 new promo skill cards. That's the Snap DDT, Leg Lariat, Leg and Arm Lock. I did put whatever Captain Hooks I have left that didn't go into mystery boxes. He seems to be a really hot ticket right now.
Yeah.
So I listed some Captain Hooks in there. The floats are back in stock. Very limited, the promos from Pixel Palace. And also the bat cards as a bundle, similar to what was out at Origins. So you don't have to buy them each one at a time. You get them all at a pretty significant discount. What I'm working on now in real time is these decks right here, brand new one-player single decks, all right? I have to charge something pretty reasonable for them because they're insane, all right? I'm going to open with the first one here. This one is the Witch Hunter General.
I'm looking at it. Some of these decks are crazy.
I'm
looking at the
trying my
Belinda.
best to do it. So, like, Witch Hunter General has the Ring of Fire stops across the board with a derailed, elbow shot, belly to belly, strength in numbers, knee lift, Japanese arm drag, arm stomp, Necrom Luna drop, Chaos Undivided, that's good tech, Steel City Showdown, double arm drop, throwing my weight around, trash bash smash, pile driver, crash and burn, 360 lariat, boot in the corner, butt stomp, butterfly suplex, wrap in the rope.
Wow.
Unchained aggression. Now you're going to get theatrics from Shits and Giggles. If you ended your turn without playing a card, your opponent randomly buries one. So you get an upgraded version.
Oh, it's upgraded? Ooh.
And then it also comes with Taunts Opponent. All right. So these are the best, one of the best values was really ever done. All right. You're getting a fully optimized deck and an entrance and a spectacle. And in this case, you're getting an updated entrance card. And these Shits and Giggles is random as opposed to not random.
Ooh, I
Let's go
see
to
another
our
card
next.
upgrade I want.
All right. There is another one. I think it's a fair price. I mean, if you look it up, it's $40. But I think some of these
$40
cards-
that's a steal with an upgraded entrance. It's really good.
You know, it's a $15 character plus all very good cards. Sorry.
I saw
Righty.
Ready to Rumble in there. In the Belinda.
Yes, Ready to Rumble is in the Ready to Rumble foils are also on sale, but I didn't realize that it's in the Belinda deck, so you probably want to just buy the Belinda deck. Shield Maiden. Dun, dun, dun.
Are my rules? I don't think so.
Sorry.
It's fine.
The Rib Jab line, where each player buries in discard ball, Grump Train, Boss Floor Bomb, Big Bloody Block, Forearm Shot, Greco-Roman, Chugga, Elbow to the back, Double Wrist Twist, Figure 4 Headlock, Boot to the Head, Spike Power Gone, All-American Headlock, Turnbuckle Punches, Take the Shot, Stretch over the knee, the Cosmic Uppercut, Double Leg Power Bomb, Big Brain Play, Top Rope Dropkick, Blindside Kick, Lariat Knot, Rabbit out of the Hat, Make It Rain, Slam with Beards. The finishers. ACCW updated text. If you ended your turn without playing a card, look at your opponent's hand, and the next turn rolls -1. Also comes with a To the Rescue.
These are really good. I'm looking at the Belinda one, the My Bar My Rules. Got a nice little update. Looks good.
Oh, Bilo and EDM. That's
Yeah.
the one that excites me.
Next,
Infinitely
Dia
better.
Delos. Listen, if you have friends who want to get in Super Show, this is the opportunity. American Double Punch, Lock Up, Lockjaw, Flip Kick, Rejected, Elevated Sleeper Hold, Rolling Forearm, Scoop Slam, Alt Art, Split Finger Lock, All American Block, Russian Leg Sweep, Side Chin Lock, Unreal Rope Balance, Veteran Maneuver, Apron Driver, Shoulder Block, Double Down on the Hits. I mean, that's a really hard card to find. Finger Lock, Skullduggery Potion, Never Backing Down, Leg Lock, Fleecing the Flock, Diving Takedown, Nerve Hold, Stalling Dropkick, Grab Hold of the Ropes, Mutilock, Swan Song, her finishers, upgraded Cursed by the Void. If you ended your turn without playing a card, you may reveal 28, 29, and 30 from your discard pile. Add one of them to your hand.
Wow.
So not random. I have to raise the price to 50 of this. Goddamn.
Nah.
Also, all the other cards. If there's anything else that's not been listed, Bird has been listed, as well as a character. Emphasizing has not been yet. Belinda, Snap Punch, Collar Tie Up, Snap Headlock, Apocalypse, Super Hip Toss, Elevated Armbar, Knife Edge Chop, Face Stretch, Sweet and Salty, -1s, along with a Ready to Rumble, Alien Invasion, Cosmic Knee in the Ropes, Legendary Acknowledgement, Eternal Contact, Spine Breaker, You're Not Ready, Friendly Draws, Splash in the Corner, Tiger Driver, Super Dragon, Leg Twist, the Gamagiri line, and her finishers. I think her finishers got a boost. Maybe Hell on High Heels is +3/+2. I'm not sure if that was always the case. Flight of Angels is +1/+4. Again, that might be something different. And then Enter Sandman is +2/+2. Once per match, if you end your turn without playing a card, your opponent flips 2 cards. Then you may bury 1 card your opponent's discard box. So slight upgrade there as well.
It's a good upgrade. Let's see.
And I will try my best to get all these full lists posted. For some reason, when you do upload 30 images at a time, not all of them succeed. So it's actually not as easy as you would think. Then I gotta find it.
Fox saying Belinda's Strike and Grapple are boosted.
I've upgraded all of Grapple. Yeah, EDM's Grapple got a boost. So somebody call Jared. Somebody check on Jared Bridgewater. Right, he's probably hyperventilating somewhere.
EDM needed it.
Yeah, it did.
He deserves it, man. The prince of the party himself. These things are tough.
He definitely needed finish upgrades. At least 2 of them. The sub's still real good.
I mean, +5 opponent random discards. Maybe it could have been 2 random discards. That would be pretty good. Llama looks like he's got cage stops, drawing dimes, reverse scoop slam, resto handshake, face me and fight. This deck is probably insane out of the box. It looks like cage stops, flying one across the bow. Oh boy, all 3 fighting the dog.
Oh really?
Oh boy.
Never ending rivalry, twice per match. When your opponent would move any number of cards from discard.
Oh, it's twice.
They must do so randomly.
Oh.
I assume.
Listen, we really try to stand by.
Which stat line?
Yeah,
it's a 10 strike. 10 strike.
Ray Rapport's going to come.
We really try to stand by a new player can be fully optimized right now. These decks are really good.
That is really good.
EDM, chop down, impact drop, double headlock, kicks to the gut, American triple skull slam, pretzel twist, unacceptable impact, call to the crowd, head scratch, rolling and punching, slithering tackle, and hold it right there. Oh my God. Cosmic sheep elbow, DDT, single leg crab, skull busting swing, swinging suplex, mop twist clutch, blindside kick, catapult, beat down the corner, moonsault, lariat takedown, twisting splash, bulldog choke, stretch for the ropes, STF. And then you have the dubstep. Man, that should have been your opponent buries 2 random cards. That would be cool. Beat drop, +2/+4, draw a card, and then tear it up to 1s and 2s. Live music by Bilo. Once per match, you end your last turn without playing a card, may add +2 to your turn. So it's a May. And he comes with gets too.
So currently on the site, we have the Belinda single-player deck, the Belinda General single-player deck, and the Mass Llama all pointing to Belinda's deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a side thing they could fix later.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, I wanted to see that. I don't know how that happened. So that seems really weird. But I don't know why. I was looking at that before, and it said Mass Llama had Belinda's stuff in it, which is really weird. And then I went to do the Witch Hunter General. Let me see. So Witch Hunter, you said Belinda General it's called?
Yeah, Belinda General.
Oh, that makes it Belinda General. I see.
This is so weird. I don't know how that could have. I wonder if, like, because I duplicated them all.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I duplicated them before I added the images. Doesn't make any sense. That's where I'm getting a little confused. Okay, so those are the announcements I want to make. Gen Con events have been now. We've made the executive decision to not even mention the word Super Lucha. Super Lucha, I got the playmats in. I don't know if people saw the photo. And the product is on a boat. So we have confirmation that it has been shipped to us. We have been told that there is no tracking until it gets to the port. So it is somewhere in the vast ocean. So that is a very important update for everybody there. This weekend, I will be finalizing the comic books. So if you have not submitted your content create for anything involved with that, it's not going to. Next thing, another very, very special deal. Ladder deck. We'll change it right now. Ladder deck. If you have already ordered a ladder card, I have reached out to you and I have asked you what number you wanted and a backup number. I will be putting these on sale to hope that this ladder deck gets finished much quicker. And if you had already ordered a ladder card, I have given you 2 for the price that you did.
Wow.
So, I reached out to you. I have spoken to you. All darks.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. No.
No. New cars, $100.
Yeah, with Valzar. Again, I want Val to be finished as soon as possible. So I know I'm throwing a lot at you. This is a very, very busy week for me, as you can imagine. We have expanding the universe tomorrow morning, so we're going to go get through as much as we can.
Yep.
I am going to try to figure out what the heck is going on with these images. So I will get back to you. I will get the deck lists posted. Just let you know, they're all very, very good deck lists. These were created mostly by your player of the era, John Holbrook.
Oh, wow.
So he did a very, very good job under the rules that I gave him, which is no duplicates. And as much as it killed his soul, you must play a skill card with your skill of the 10 of your character.
Question from the chat real quick from Big Bad Baba D. He's saying, we couldn't hear you. Did Steve say Gen Con events are submitted and we're waiting?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So these submitted events at minimum or there is a Thursday night event, no top 96. Friday is once again random tag. Saturdays is singles open. Sunday is trios and tags. Plus, like to learn to play new player events in the daytime and drafts whenever you like. Pod drafts. I will say that for the random tag, I have put in a rule that if you are playing a T50 character and we are trying to randomly pair people and we run into a problem where everyone has showed up with T50 characters, someone there will choose which character is blank for your team. So how do you avoid this? Don't play a T50 character and nobody on your team will have a blanket. That is my boss hammer. You want to show up with one, you run the risk that you will be blank for your matchup. I also think that they'll be very clear about your format. If you're playing 4 games or if it's double elimination, there will be a time limit on those matches. And if you do not make an adequate number of games, they will count as losses.
Wow.
So, yes, I mean, we're trying to play you're not going to be able to be everyone else has played 4. You've played 2. You'll be eliminated. We'll eliminate the people who have completed the least amount of games, if necessary. All right, so all that stuff is listed. Cards that were not for sale should be for now. Bundle deal on the baseball bats. Again, stock on the new stuff is much more limited than it was intended to be.
Gotcha.
Right? I lost a ton of product to water. I'm trying to raise as much hell as possible. It's not really helping, but we're going to see what we can do. If there's anything else that is needed from me, please let me know. I believe I covered all the stuff that I wanted.
You did. All right.
Yeah, I did, Schmidt. You sure? You
I
sure?
believe you did. I think that's what you. Whatever.
I mean,
Thank
we can
you
come, we
for
can come up
everyone
with
who
more.
made Origins amazing. Thank you for everybody who made Southern Fried amazing. I think that having
Chris
two
Primer.
shows go so well. Chris
Primer,
Primer, huge shout out. Yeah, good to you, Mr. Primer. I got to shout out guys like Colin Simon, Split coming and helping out. It was really, really important. Le Penguin does one hell of a demo, man. He's up there with Loudmouth Leo Larynx lately. Le Penguin said the secret for him is he's got to be in costume, but he's in costume. He feels so much more comfortable to be extravagant.
I can understand
it.
that.
I get it.
I get it
I
too.
don't. I can't tell you how I would know, but there's something happens when you put on a mask.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, sometimes I feel that way just with a hat. I'm like, I need my hat on. It's like that's it.
All right. Any more questions for Steve?
Yes, there
I
is a
have to
question.
go.
There is a question. Hold on. Boss, the Italian Bombata asking, will there be a tattoo booth at Gen Con?
I do not know.
All right.
I still think we should have a loser as a tattoo match.
I'm down for that. Hey,
I-
Drew, didn't you do that?
I was about to say, buddy, join the club.
Nice.
Nice Loki tattoo.
Yeah, I had right. Yeah.
Has anybody ever asked you that?
Oh, right out of the gate, and I was like, you realize that I live like within like blasting distance of a nuclear power plant run by the TVA. Like, and it's like TVA very important to the Tennessee Valley area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they kind of
Alright,
run all the electricity down here.
I'm gonna say bye, man. For now.
Bye, man. We'll see you tomorrow for Expanding the Universe.
Bye, man.
Bye, man.
Bye, man.
We are off air.